Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby, and welcome to the 10,000 subscriber Q&A answer session. So as you guys know, you got to ask your questions in the last video, and now I'm going to be answering the ones that got the most ratings and thumbs up. So without further ado, first question. Makaloo69 says, imagine you could only have one tank, what would it be and why? Well, if I only had to have one tank, I'm thinking about why am I only allowed one tank? Am I thinking that I'm going to be taking part in some kind of a competition? Is it like a one-on-one fight? Is it the tank that I have most fun in? If it's kind of like a tank that I felt that I would have most chance of winning any kind of a situation in, I would have to choose a Batchat or one of the American autoloaders. Probably a Batchat because I'd be able to get in, put out 2k and get out, and hopefully then have a chance of even taking out the enemy. If I had to choose just one tank to play just for the fun of it, I'd have to choose the Comet. That is my favourite tank in the game. Next question. Nicholas Sims says, so Quickie Baby, how much does World of Tanks mean to you, and how has it affected your life? If this question gets voted, could I please get a shout out? Thanks. Well, I said your name, bro, so there's your shout out. Nicholas Sim, this is for you. World of Tanks means a lot to me. I've played 16,000 games in the release, and I played quite a few games in the closed beta as well. It has affected my life. I mean, I've got you guys. I've built an epic community basically just off this game. I learned how to play video games and sort of learn how to present myself and how to speak to people in other communities. I've spent a long time in World of Warcraft, Warhammer Online, lots of first-person shooters, some RTS games. But really, World of Tanks has totally changed my life because I get thousands of people watching me play on my Twitch channel, and I've now got thousands, tens of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. It's amazing. It's definitely changed my life for the better, and I thank you guys so much. Next question. Nice Cuppa says, Quickie Baby, as a newish player with not the best stats, what are your top 3 general tips to improve your gameplay? So 3 general tips. Okay. This is a serious question. 1. Try your best to remain calm in situations, not get overly excited and not get overly angry. If you allow your emotions to control you, it affects your judgment and then you'll play badly. If anyone's played poker professionally or kind of just at like an amateur level, you realize that when you start to allow your passion and your emotions to control your judgment, you'll start to lose a lot of money. And you've got to basically think about that in World of Tanks, that when you start to become emotional and don't harness it positively, then you're going to lose stats, you're going to lose games, and you're just going to get worse. Second tip, know the capabilities of your tank like the back of your hand, and try to learn as quickly as possible the capabilities of the enemy tanks. You have to know how to engage certain tanks to maximize your effectiveness and to minimize their effectiveness. And that's the way to win. So the third tip is think of your health as one of the most important things. You have to remember that when you're dead, you can have no effect in the game. If you guys have watched my live streams, you'll know quite often I say, "Oh, I've donked out, and I'm not in control of this game anymore if I've died." And that's how you've got to think about it. You've got to try and do everything that you can to do the most damage, to get the most kills, to do the most spotting, to do the most distraction, to do the biggest amount of destruction to the enemy team as you can before you die. That's it. Next question. Gamer Dude 934 says, do you do YouTube for a living or is it just a hobby? What did you do as a job before YouTube? Well, firstly, YouTube is not my living. Gaming is not my living by a long shot. Don't make nearly enough money from the advertising. What did I do before YouTube? Well, what I'm doing now, I'm finishing my PhD. I had quite a lot of funding for it. I have used up all of that funding through basically spending as much time as I do playing World of Tanks, which is a bit of a silly thing to do, really. But now, at least this helps me to pay some of the bills while I'm finishing my research, and hopefully I'll be Dr. Quickie Baby before the end of the year. Next question. Zodsa88 says, everyone starts as a beginner. Who was your master? Who taught you to play, and how? Or are you just born to be one of the greatest players? I would have to say that, really, I started off playing completely solo, and then a couple of my friends got into the game. Humph and Monkey, who some of you might remember, but he doesn't really play that much. And then my brother got into the game, Zeons. I haven't really learnt from anyone. I've been playing this game since closed beta, and I've played 16,000 games. I've learnt as I've gone along, and I've developed as the game has developed. And let's be honest, the game has developed a hell of a lot since kind of like the 6.0 stage, and even the 7.0 stage. It's a massive advantage to be an older player because you just know all the capabilities of all the tanks, and the more you play, generally the better you'll get. You've got to leave yourself open to learning and open to experiencing new tanks and open to trying out new things. Sometimes you'll find that things work as the maps change and new maps are incorporated, and sometimes you won't. I wouldn't pretend to have mastered World of Tanks. I've got a lot of learning to do left, but I would say that arguably thanks to my gaming background that maybe I'm kind of naturally gifted to play World of Tanks.
Next question.
RGS Rink says, not a question, QB, but a request. Could it be really informative to see a compilation of some of your fails of matches where you did something donkey, where you misjudged a situation, etc., etc., and learned from them? Just in case, in any case, huge thumbs up, blah, 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 blah. Thank you for the very kind words. What I will say to this is that I do fail quite a lot. I would suggest you come in and tune into my live streams if you want to see me failing probably about 1 in 4 games. I probably make a fail. What I classify as a fail maybe is a bit harsher than what some other people would class as a fail. I appreciate that you guys are my YouTube subscribers, and I will try to get more content such as this out for you.
Next question.
RTW Do TV says, what would you say is the difference between a 1100 efficiency player and a 1850 efficiency player like you? And what would be some of the key things to help out a medium efficiency player get to 1200 to 1300 efficiency? I would say watch videos, pay attention, learn where players go on the map, maximize your damage, your kills, your spotting, and your impact in the game. Make sure you get defending points and not capping points anymore, because capping is basically a way. The only benefit to capping is if you want to win the game to boost your win ratio quickly. It will actually negatively affect your WN6 and your efficiency, because you're basically saying, I don't want the extra damage, the extra everything that is left of the enemy team to take advantage of. One thing I will say, guys, is that I'm planning a new series where such questions like this might be affected, so stay tuned.
Next question.
LaLuca1803 says, what are you doing for a living? Well, right now, my only income is from playing World of Tanks, basically, from you guys. I'm finishing my research and my PhD, as I've said, and when I finish that, then hopefully either I'm going to try and do this, maybe full-time, depending on how fast I grow, or I'll try and get a proper job somewhere.
Next question.
So Wish says, seriously now, what's behind the wooden door? That's a deep, dark secret. That's a Unicum secret that I can never really tell you guys. That I am secretly a vampire, and I live in my coffin behind my chair. Little do you know. I've got to keep some secrets from you guys, sorry.
Next question.
Ezra Hawkins says, what inspired you to make a YouTube channel and start live streaming? I saw that League of Legends was getting so big on Twitch, and I thought, hey, I love World of Tanks. I'm an alright World of Tanks player. I think some people might want to watch me. Little did I know that I'd have 2,000 to 3,000 people watching me for 5 hours a day, 3 days a week. That's pretty crazy, and it's still growing, and hopefully we can keep it still growing. What inspired me to make my YouTube channel? I got a few good wins, and I thought I wanted to do highlight videos, and so I made a YouTube channel because I noticed that people didn't really want to download the replay file and upload it and click it, whereas they could just press play in this age of modern internet. Just click play and you can watch the video there, rather than having to go and run your World of Tanks client to watch a replay. And so I started my YouTube channel to upload highlights to show to my friends, and then I thought, hey, I'll try and do some reviews. People might be interested in this. And then I rapidly started to grow. I did exclusive live streaming up until February this year, where I basically decided that I wanted to start doing YouTube again. And wow, over 11,000 subscribers since February, and it's May. That's pretty sick, guys. You guys are absolutely epic. Thanks for helping me out.
Next question.
World of Tanks, World of Tobias says, do you have a second account which you use for playing just RT? Yeah, I'm a total scumbag. I have a second account that has 10,000 artillery games on. No, unfortunately not, guys. I do have a second account, which is Quickie Baby, but that's more or less just to stop you guys from trolling and trying to get my name and then trying to pretend to be me, so don't try it.
Next question.
Akar Zephyr says, congratulations on reaching 10,000 subscribers. Happy face. I'm happy to be one of them. Thank you very much, sir. Q&A. how long do you play World of Tanks, and how did you get to play it so well? So I've been playing World of Tanks since closed beta. I've played 16,000 games now. How do I get to play it so well? Just practice, 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 practice. And be self-critical. Learn from your mistakes, and you will be a great player.
Next question.
Why do I hate High Flyer 15 / The Rising Sun? Firstly, I'd like to say that I don't. I don't know where this has come from, but no, I really don't have a problem with him. I very much want to focus in on my own game, and I don't really take any inspiration from any other channels.
Next question.
So again, quite a few people were asking me about where I get my name from. Okay, this should be a good one. So when I started out playing video games online, like, a long time ago, I was playing Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast for the lols, Legend of Mir, Myth of Soma, those kind of games, browsers on the PC and whatnot. I was called Quick Fingers. I had this name, don't know, just came to my head, and I played it when I played Day 1 in World of Warcraft. I played a hunter on, at that point, what used to be Daggerspine server on Europe, before it got moved into Kazakh, for all of you WoW nerds out there. Anyway, this name progressively became harder and harder to get on the internet and on new World of Warcraft servers. I guess it's really kind of a bit of an obvious name. And so, through a stroke of genius, so one day I was just making a warrior on a new server, and I went, Quickie Baby. And that's how I got my name. Of course, I could just say, why are you known as Quick Fingers? And I could just say, ask your girlfriend. No, that would be a horrible internet troll response, but awkward.
Next question.
So quite a few people asked me about how I got to know Ektar and Jingles and Ike. Okay, so let's start from the first person I met, Ike, who I've known since basically WoW was released in 2005. Yeah, we played vanilla WoW together, and then through a stroke of luck we got to meet each other in probably like 2008 or 2007 or something, when he came over to stay with me. And that's another story that we'll have to talk about. We went to a wedding together. It was not our wedding, though. It was somebody else's. I'm not married. And especially not married to a Norwegian man. But yeah, no. Maybe I'll be revealing more about the Ike Quickie Baby relationship later on. We mustn't mention Siren's sister. So how did I get to know Ektar, who I knew before Jingles? I met him at Tankfest last year, 2012 Tankfest. And I knew he was organising events on the EU forums. And I met him. And then, funny story, on the Saturday, I went on both days to Tankfest. On the Saturday, it was really hard to actually get on the computers to test out the tanks. Because at that time, they had the Super Pershing and the BTSV, which hadn't even been released or even announced fully or anything, and I managed to make a video of it and then do a review on it before it even started. So maybe some of you even seen that. Ektar was a bit like cheeky. That was sort of like a bit of a leak. But I went home and I made a post on the forums saying, I don't think it was that good, the wargaming thing. There weren't any bonus codes left, and it took ages to get on the computers. So Ektar noticed my name. And then the following day, I went and I met him, and I talked to him more, and we got to have banter with each other, and just have a good laugh, and shook hands and that kind of stuff. And then from there on, I've always had a nice, friendly, jokey relationship with Ektar, and it's a pleasure to play with him on my live streams. Now to talk about the jingles. The jingles. I think to talk about the jingles, I'm going to have to go into a little bit more detail here. So guys, here's a more detailed report on how I really got to know Jingles, the man, the mystery, the legend. Basically, when Jingles started up, of summer of last year, he paid specific homage to channels like mine as the reason why he started up. And this was humbling for me, that at the start of this year, I was watching some of Jingles' videos, and I noticed he was getting more and more angry, and he was saying, I'm going to quit World of Tanks, I'm only going to do War Thunder. And I thought, hey, you know, Jingles is such a legend, and because he was so respectful to me, I thought, you know, I will make Jingles my first guest. I thought, you know, why not? I'm going to try and help Jingles out, get him having some fun, really good for the What community, and it'd be really fun for me on my live stream. I'm sure my viewers wanted to see him play as well. And it looks like I caught Jingles just at the right time before he's basically gone completely viral on YouTube. Jingles first streamed with me in January of this year. You guys may not know that, So if you're interested, go and check out the backdated vlog, where you can see tens and tens of hours of me and Jingles playing, often with Ektar. When I first played with Jingles, he had 8,700 subscribers on YouTube, but now he's got over 60,000. He's doing amazingly well, and I'm so happy for him. And I wish him every continued success, as I basically say on every one of my live streams. I'm like, go subscribe to Jingles, he's awesome. Go follow him on Facebook and Twitter. And I really hope that we collaborate to give you guys the best Water Tanks videos that we can.
Next question.
And so the final question was asked by New Punisher 448, Tony 1983E, Ever Asklund, and Tom Jurgers, all asking me how I met Peppy and what the story is. Stay tuned, guys. This is going to be in a different vlog altogether. Now, although I want to answer this now, I'm sort of saving this one up for a different vlog. Hopefully where Peppy is actually here with me and we're both able to answer and have some fun with it. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and you've got to hear a little bit more about what I think and what I do. You guys are completely epic. Thank you so much for backing me up so well. And hopefully I'll see you soon.